Well, in front of me is the corner of Tyburn Road and Victoria Street, and I'm going to follow what I call the useless loop. Now, this is still marked on the maps, and it should have been removed probably about 6 months ago. Now, this used to be the detour back in, I don't know, mid-2024, because you could ride down here and the path across the bridge was still open. It was marked off by concrete barriers. Now, that was closed off some time ago. What they failed to do is update the maps to remove this as part of the detour. So now, if I come down here and have a look at this map, which funnily enough is upside down, and it tells me you are here, and essentially I'm at a dead end. Now, that's completely useless to me now. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to cross the road here? And look, according to the map, I'm supposed to cross the road here and go back up the other side there, which is pretty dangerous and stupid, particularly on a day like today. So I am not going to do that. I'm going to do a U-turn. And what I don't understand is this is the construction site office just down here. So they should just be able to walk out from where they are and have a look at the map and figure it out that, yeah, that's an issue. Let's go back and have a look at this useless loop from the other side where it hasn't been marked off with a bit of grey tape. Now, the only reason I can think of leaving this open, I'll just go back and have a look. Is there a bus stop still functioning along here? Yes, there is. So if you were to catch the 107 or the 998, then you could catch it from that stop just there. So that makes sense. I can understand saying the footpath is open down to that corner, so you can get down to the pub, you can get to the bus stop, you can even walk down to the side office to complain about how awful the maps are. But it's not a detour, it's just this section of street is still open. And when I got into an argument with one of the site staff about 2 weeks ago, they said, oh that crossing there, or that bit, yeah, we've left that there because that's there for our staff so that they know they can cross the road there. And I'm referring to down the end of the loop there. So, well, okay, if that's fine. If that's the case, I would have used a different colour and different dots, dashes or lines or something, and marked it on the key to say construction site personnel only, and not have it marked as a pedestrian and cyclist detour. Because if it's not a detour, it shouldn't be marked as a detour. I would have thought that'd be pretty obvious, but apparently it's not. But given that the people who are doing these maps don't understand orientation, I can understand they might not also get how to colour code different parts of the map properly. Now, again, I can understand saying this part of the street is still open, even though the path finishes up ahead, because again, you've got the 107 and the 999 buses still come past here. You can sit there at that bus stop and catch one if you want to. And there's another bus stop further up ahead, which I'm assuming is still open. But why you'd want to ride down here and then be told to cross the road is, I really don't understand. So let's go down here. No, actually that bus stop is shut. So that makes zero sense at all having this open. And there's no curb there, so I'm not entirely sure, thank you very much, how people with disabilities are supposed to cope with that. And now I have to sit here in the middle of the road to go back up the other side. Now, maybe they've left those lines on the map there in case you want to ride your bike into the construction site. If you're working here, you could actually ride down those brown dotted lines and turn right into the site there. I guess that would make sense. I'm being facetious. And look, if I'd just ridden across the bridge on the road, why on earth would I now get back on the footpath for this little section here? I would just stay on the road up here to this set of lights, or in fact probably up to here. I would then just do this, get onto the path, and then I've got a nice safe way to cross at the lights here. So leaving all of that section on the map makes absolutely no sense, and it's just another reason why these maps need to be completely overhauled and redone by someone that really knows what they're doing.
In case you think I'm being unfair here, let's go to the Main Roads travel map website and have a look at the maps they've currently got in place. So there's one roadworks map up here, and this tells us that there's a path closure around here. Yep, that's fine. But look at where the pedestrian and cyclist detour is taking us. Yep, it's taking us down here, which is obviously completely wrong because there is no path south of Podger Lane anymore. That is completely blocked off. So why they still have this particular map on the website, I don't know. It makes absolutely zero sense. And for some reason, I don't get why they've put two maps up when the route that cyclists are taking, used to be you would come down, Pierce Street, and then we'd go around here and we'd cross the bridge and off we'd go, or people would come down this way and go around there. Now, of course, the detour they want us to take is to go along Tideman Road to the Stirling Highway Bridge, go across there, get down to Canning Highway and come around here. Now, that detour is fine, but why show it as two separate maps? Why not just have one map showing the entire detour? Right, let's have a look at this particular map. And this is what's up on poles all around the site. And for some reason, they still show this useless loop here. And this is what I wrote down. So yeah, we have a path closure in red. Yep, that's all good. Except this path closure now extends all the way up to here. So that work site that I wrote into, that was down that little stub of a laneway there. And obviously that's as far as you can get. So why this section of the detour is still on the map is a little bit baffling. And I could never understand why we were being sent down here and then across the road here and then back up this side in order to do this detour. Now, again, I was told by one of the crew members that no, this was here just to show the work site workers where to cross the road. Well, why is it marked on the map as a pedestrian and cyclist detour? This is what I was saying, where what they could have done is, yeah, they could have marked this up in a different color for where workers could safely cross the road. And, or if the alternative reason for having this shown was to show that bus users could still get down to the bus stops on this side of the road and this side of the road, then yeah, have a separate map showing they could get down here, or show this in a separate color. Have this in green or something to say, yeah, you can still get down to the bus stop here, you can still get down to the bus stop here, and in, I don't know, purple, this is where construction site staff can cross the road because there's a crossing here, and take out all this browny orange stuff here, which is just confusing. So whoever drew this map up obviously never tested it. And I have seen numerous people, including families, who have gone down here with kids and then had to cross that god-awful road at the crossing. There's no ramp for you to get back up onto the path at the other side. So you got to dismount and lift your bike over it. What hand cyclists would do who don't have the use of their legs, I have absolutely no idea. I've seen people down here on tricycles who obviously have a disability where they can't walk properly. They would have to get off their tricycle and lift their bike across the curb here. I don't understand why no one's put in a temporary curb if you want to send people down here. If this is a detour, it should be set up properly as a detour. If it's not a detour, if this ceased to be a detour 6 months ago, then the maps need to be completely redone to remove this and just show that we come down here, go around here, and yep, all is good. So again, I don't know who in Main Roads or in the project is responsible for this, but this just isn't good enough.